Hello friends, I am Shivaji Bhaskar, Faculty of Russian at the School of Foreign Languages, IGNOU. I welcome you all to this course, Basics of Russian Communication Skills Part 1. As you already aware that in the previous module we have discussed about the Russian alphabet, its letters, and we have differentiated all these letters as vowels and consonants. As you know that in the introductory phonetics of the Russian language, there are certain concepts that we need to remember and keep in our mind regularly in order to understand the basics. So far we have discussed about the peculiar nature of these different letters of the Russian alphabet. Then we have also covered them as vowels, consonants and signs. Then we have also seen with the help of English approximation word and sample Russian words how the sound of these letters are different. Now in this module we are going to discuss about different combination of these vowels and consonants. This is going to help you especially in order to understand the basic nuances of the Russian sound system or the phonetics. So, I hope that with the help of these kind of exercises, you will be able to understand and distinguish between different sounds of the letters of the Russian alphabet and further differentiate them as vowels or consonants. So, let us go ahead and look at these kind of concepts one by one. In this lesson, we are also going to talk about the basics of Russian alphabet with the help of Russian phonetic system. Now, we will discuss about this particular system in detail. Here you can see that we have a lot of different letters further defined as vowels and consonants, and here we have certain examples with us, like in vowels a, o, u, e and e, whereas we have certain examples of the consonant sounds like m, n, te, de, ka, pe, ge, er, etc. Now, you will see that how these different sounds are changing. Let us go ahead and see and understand them with a combination. We are going to have combinations of vowels and consonants together. So, please listen and repeat the sound combinations after me. Ma, mo, mu, am, om, So, here we have a combination of a consonant m and a vowel a. So, the sound of m and a is ma. Likewise, m and o, mo, and m and u, mu. Likewise, the combination of letter a and m is am, and letter o and letter m is om. Likewise, the letter u and letter m is Alright. So, here you have seen that how the different sounds of different letters, however differentiated as the consonant or a vowel, brings together a set of different sound. This exercise is important in order to prepare you for pronouncing simple and complex sounds in the Russian language. Okay, so now we are going to listen and repeat the sound combinations of such more combinations of vowels and consonants. So, here we have combination with us, consonant and vowel, na, no, nu, and combination of vowel and a consonant, an, on and oon. Okay, now we will do one more exercise of ta, to, tu, and at, ot and oot. So, in this particular exercise, we have understood that when we are combining consonants and vowels and consonants, the overall sound structure of these letters play a different role. We will also be understanding more such concepts in our further modules. Now, let us go ahead and understand a few more basic concepts of the Russian phonetics with the help of such more combinations. Alright, so we were discussing about the combinations of vowels and consonants. As you can see that we are having a set of such combinations where we are having consonant and a vowel sound, we are having a vowel and a consonant sound. So, how to differentiate between, our purpose is that even if you are not looking at the screen and only listening to these separate sounds, you will be able to exactly listen to these sounds and note them down in your notebooks. So, I am going to repeat these different combinations: da, do, du, ta, da, to, do, tu, do. And likewise, now we are going to have an exercise where we will have different letters and combinations of vowel and consonants, where we will see that how the sound structure is changing. So, we have pa, po, pu, ap, op and oop. Alright, now we will go ahead and see combination of such letters and we will pay attention to the sound. We have ba, bo, bu and pa, ba, po, bo, pu and bu. So, here you have seen that how these different letters, whether they are consonant or a vowel, while combined together they are making a different sound. Alright, now let us go ahead. As you can see that in the process of learning Russian language, we are going step by step. So, the first step was knowing the Russian alphabet, its letters, then whether the letters are a vowel or a consonant or a sign. Then based on their character, we are combining them together and making a single unit which is known as word. So, here you will see a combination of 2 letters, 3 letters and finally identifying them as a word, and this particular word has its own peculiar sound. So, I am going to discuss with you a few such words, a combination of 2 letters or 3 letters together. So, I would like to recommend you please listen to these letters separately and when combined together and when in a form of a word. Please also note them down in your notebooks so that you remember them correctly and use them while communicating in Russian with your family or friends. So, the combination of letters in a form of a word are da, dom, don, tooth and tam. Here you can see some of the words which are being used are very popular and oftenly used in Russian, such as da, which means yes, dom, which means house, Don is the name of a very famous river in Russia, Don, and tooth and tam, which means here and there. Alright, we will go ahead and see some of such examples, so that with the help of these examples we can also understand the nature of these particular letters when combined together and the meaning of words which they are made. So, we have tom, no, on, bank and Tom, which means volume, no, which means but, on, which means he, bank, which means bank, and which means intelligence. I would like to draw your attention to a particular fact. This particular concept, when we are learning Russian phonetics, that in all these words which you have just learned had only one vowel. And since we already know that in the vowel we have a rule of udarение. So, in any Russian word you will see that vowel which is under stress has its own sound, whereas other vowels, if they have been used in a word, they will go unstressed. So, we will look at such examples. Let us go to the previous part and find out where are the vowels which are being used in these words. So, in case of the vowel is a, and of course, as per the rules of the Russian grammar and phonetics, only vowels are part of any word where stress or udarение will fall. So, in the word da, it is on a, dom, the stress is on o, dom. In the word don, the stress is on o. In tooth, the stress is on u. In the word tam, the stress is on a. So, likewise in tom, it is on o. In no, it is on o again. In on, it is on o again, and in bank, it is on a, and on u in case of word So, I hope you will remember these important aspects of the Russian phonetics while learning them. So, we will keep in our mind three basic important things, that while learning about the Russian alphabet, one, we are going to discuss about these simple and separate letters. Then we will make an exercise where we will have a combination of vowel or a consonant, consonant or a vowel, and then finally a combination of such vowel and consonants will make a word, and in these words we will have udarение or stress on the vowel only. As you know, if a Russian word which consists of more than one vowel, the vowel which is pronounced with greater force is called the stressed vowel. For example, in the word doma, which means at home, the vowel sound o is pronounced with greater force. So, the stressed vowel henceforth in this module will be indicated by the sign as you can see in the screen. As you know that in Russian, the stress in different words may fall on different vowels. For example, we have done in our recent module such examples like malako or yablaka, where we have more than one vowel. So, the stress is falling on to first, second or third as per the requirement of the word. However, it may be either on the first or on the second or on the third vowel. However, for a given word, the stress is fixed. So, please remember, if a word has only one vowel, it will always be under stress. Simple and clear. Alright, so with this concept, now we will move ahead and look at the other concept of the Russian phonetics. So, in the word eta, which means this, the vowel sound a is under stress and the unstressed vowel is o. That is why I am pronouncing eta and not eto, because simple, because of the vowel's role, that once the stress is falling onto a, the next vowel, which is o, will sound like a. So, a short weak sound in the case of o is coming as a. So, for correct pronunciation of a and o in unstressed position, listen to the following words: mama, papa, doma, eta, ana, ano, patom, banan. So, here if you look at the screen carefully, you will see the stress sign on certain vowel, and according to the concept which we have just learned, that if the other vowel is not under stress, so the sound will differ or will be shortened. So, in case of mama, the sound of first vowel a is higher, whereas the sound of second a is lower. That is why the pronunciation is mama. In case of papa, it's again papa. In case of doma, again the sound of o is higher than the a. So, the sound is doma. And eta, ana, because the stress is on a. Ano, again because the stress is on o. Patom and banan. So, please pay attention to such concepts and note them down in your notebooks. Try to communicate with your family and friends in order to understand them properly. And these are the basic concepts, because without them, communicating in Russian would be very difficult for any learner. And once the foundation is smooth, then you will face no hurdle at all in learning this great language. So, I would like to recommend you all to please do this exercise again and again, so that you have this kind of confidence, where you will see that technically and fundamentally all these concepts are clear. Alright. So, now we will look at a few more such exercises, where you will find combination of different letters as vowels and consonants. And now we are moving little bit ahead, as from words to simple sentences. Alright, so here we are going to have certain examples of such arrangement. We have eta papa, on tam, eta mama, ana tut, eta dom, eta bang, eta banan. So, here we have example eta papa. This is papa. On tam, he is there. Eta mama, this is mother. Ana tut, she is here. Eta dom, this is the house or a house, depending upon the context. And eta bank, this is a bank. Eta banan, and this is a banana. Alright, so let us go ahead and see this concept, which is very important in order to understand and learn the language efficiently, is that in the present tense the verbal forms of is, are not mentioned, they are understood. For example, let us look at the sentences given below. We have eta dom, this is a house, eta papa, this is papa. Mama doma, mother is at home. There are also no articles in Russian. The word dom may stand for a house or the house depending upon the context. So, you must have understood it fairly well that what kind of arrangement we have in the Russian language, where depending upon the context the meaning of the sentence changes. Alright, now we will discuss about such more examples. Here we have examples like dom tooth, dom tam, on tooth, ana tam, mama doma, ana doma, papa doma and on doma. If you pay attention to these particular examples, we have very important aspect here, that mama doma, ana doma. Here mama means mother is at home, and replacing mama from she, and that is why we are using ana doma, she is at home. Mama doma, mother is at home, and ana doma, she is at home. Likewise, we have papa doma, papa is at home, and replacing papa from on, using the on, which means he, on doma, he is at home. So, you can also make your own simple sentence, as you can see that how with the help of these arrangements we have just made a few sentences for you, and of course, they are simple in nature. So, I would like to recommend you all to prepare your own sentences, note them down in your notebooks and discuss them with your family and friends in order to communicate in Russian efficiently. Alright. Now, a very important concept in Russian phonetics is known as intonation. What is intonation? That whenever in any language, especially in Russian, we have a tone and texture which defines whether we are asking a question or answering, the intonation plays a very important role. And listening to that tone and texture, understanding, processing it and answering is a very crucial process. So, while conversing, communicating in Russian, we have to keep in our mind this important aspect, which is called intonation. So, in Russian language, the intonation of a general question is characterized by a sharp rise of tone while pronouncing the last stressed vowel in the sentence. And how do we understand that? Let us look at this example first. Eta dom, da, eta dom. So, in the first sentence where the person is asking a question, eta dom, there is a rise in the tone, whereas when answering the question, da, eta dom, there is a fall in the tone. So, likewise, this rise and fall in the speech or the tone is intonation. So, without even looking at the screen, when you are listening to a question and try to process it, you will be able to understand with the help of this tone or intonation about the person, whether is asking a question or answering or simply making a sentence. Okay? So, let us go ahead and look at some of such examples which we have used, so that you understand this concept clearly. Это мама, это папа, это она, это он, это банан, это дом. All these sentences which I just pronounced, the tone is going higher at the end. Why? Because I am asking a question. Это мама, это папа, это она, это он, это банан, это дом. So, this question mark which you can see is actually indicating that I am asking, is this father, is this mother, is it she, is it he, is it a banana, or, and the last one is it a house. So, these kind of questions, when we are framing, we can simply say that with the help of these intonations we can make our own questions. So, now let us repeat them once again and understand, so that we can use these kind of intonations by ourselves in conversing in Russian. Dom тут, dom там, папа тут, папа там, он тут, он там, мама тут, мама там, она тут, она там, мама дома, папа дома, она дома, он дома. So, these kind of simple, and then you can see that why and how these tones are going high or low depending on the different sentences. If you pay attention, in between I am also changing the tone. So, sometimes when asking a question, the rise would be at the end, whereas when I am simply saying this on doma, ana doma, I am making a simple sentence with flat sound. So, it is not asking a question, it is simply a statement. So, you can also prepare your own list of such sentences which are of course simple in nature, but you must keep in your mind that while noting them down and pronouncing them, there is a huge difference. Since we have learned quite a few new concepts in this module, we will quickly summarize and see what are the concepts which we have done so far. As you know that in the Russian alphabet, we have already covered its letters, then its vowels and consonants. You have also learned about Russian sound system or the phonetics with the help of various sound combinations as vowel and consonants, consonants and vowels, and a few new Russian words and expressions. Now, in the next module, we will be learning about Russian phonetics in a detailed manner, and you will also be introduced to voiced and voiceless consonants. Then we will take you further to the concept of devoicing of consonants. We will also talk about gender in Russian and verbs conjugations. And certainly, we will also be talking about a few new Russian words and expressions. Thank you.